everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is a Flosstube, and today is Friday, October 2nd. Yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna start out with a couple of admin things because I've noticed that my average watch time is like 10 minutes, 9 to 10 minutes. So I know a lot of stuff gets missed. So the first thing I'm going to start with is that we're coming up on my 1-year anniversary of when I started posting Flosstube videos. So I posted my first cross stitch video. I'm looking at them right now on October. That's not it. Where'd you go? Right here. October 12th. And when I posted that video, it was called Starting My Cross Stitch Journey. I had purchased a frame and I purchased all the stuff to start some of my first kits. And so I actually had purchased a beaded cross stitch prior to that, which is my Harry Potter beaded cross stitch, and I haven't shown that in a long time because I haven't done it in a long time. But in this particular video on October 12th, I'll try to link it here. I don't know if it's this side or that side, but it's somewhere. I'll put it in the eye so you can see, but it's called Starting My Cross Stitch Journey, in which I unboxed the lap stand that I got for the beaded cross stitch, and then I also show kitting. I don't know if I was kitting it up or what I was doing, but I show that I got a lot of the stuff together for my Super Mario piece, which I'm also going to show in this video, just as like a little update. And then my first Flosstube video didn't go up until November 5th. And then after that, I started posting cross-stitch stuff regularly. I've got a ton of Joy Sunday unboxings and a bunch of stuff. Or I should say like unpackagings, because they never really came in a box. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. Next thing is that I'm late on doing the floss of the month. Today's the 2nd. This video is probably going to go up on the 3rd or the 4th. And I'm thinking of not sending out invoices until the 5th or the 6th. Just for whatever reasons. I'm wrapping up one of my classes right now because it was a mini course and it's a lot. And I actually have a paper I'm supposed to be writing right now instead of recording this video. But my son is actually getting his braces off today. And it's a 2-hour appointment, so like I know I have at least an hour over there. I have all of my resources and stuff. I just need to write the damn thing. 3 to 4 pages, so I'm hoping that I can do it. It's about philosophy, so okay. Floss of the month. Weeks Dye Works flosses this month. So one thing to remember is that they might not always come in alphabetical order, because sometimes when I order the flosses, 1 or 2 might be out of stock and I have to go to the next floss in there so that you're always getting the 5. And then like the next month, like so say we're in B's and one of the A's came back in stock, then I will go back and order that A and put that in the next month's floss. So these are the flosses for month 2, the next round that's coming up. So we have Artichoke, Arrowhead, this, I like this color, it's nice. Aqua, Autumn Leaves, and Amethyst. And I think there's 1 or 2 more A's, and then we're going to be moving into the B's. So this is the next floss of the month. So this particular set is all completely sold out. However, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to open up the, oh no, what did I get all over my pants? It's probably makeup. I'm going to open up the floss of the month for the weeks and give it until October 15th. And if you want to get your floss of the month from November moving forward, you can sign up between now and the 15th. There's a link in the description box to a form that you fill out, and you will get put on to be invoiced in November's floss when they come in November. And I always start sending stuff out the first week. I'm a little bit slower with the floss of the month because it's a little bit more detailed about what needs to go out for that. So there is that. And then Mystical Diamond Art floss of the month. I don't have, let me pull one of them because I do have that. This is a sneak peek because I've already showed it. This is the Atlantis. This is one of the skeins that's going out in, what is it? Cover my face. What month are we in? October's floss of the month for Mystical Diamond Art. It's this gorgeous blue. I decided to call it Atlantis, and this is the floss that I stitched the Gossip SAL with, which I'm going to show you guys in this video too. So I still have a few spots open for this floss of the month as well. So if you want to go sign up for the Mystical Diamond Art floss of the month, there is also a link in the description box for you to sign up for that. And I will check when I start sending invoices out. I will check who wants one, and I will send you the personalized link to pay for your floss of the month. Typically, I just post it on the website, but this floss of the month isn't up yet, so it'll be a little bit more customized. And in the months that there's leftover floss, I have listings up on the website where you can go in and purchase the floss in a non-commitment basis. So it's a little bit more expensive, but if you just want like one or two, I will show you guys. I mean, if you just want like one or two skeins, then you can go on there, whatever the leftover skeins that I have, because sometimes I have like one or two extra, sometimes I have like 5 extra of a certain color. I will list the individual skeins. If there's something that you like and you want to get the whole set, I have a limited amount available from the previous month. So now what I'm going to show you guys is what I released last month, since last month is over. This is August. This is September's floss of the month here. So this is what members got last month, and then by the time this video goes up, I'm hoping to have the leftover kits of the leftover sets, because they do come in a bag, of these posted on the website where you can go purchase again in a non-commitment basis. So the first color that we have is Smoke, and it is a gray, and I don't want to say black, but it's like a gray and a dark gray. My camera's having a hard time focusing, but it's coming up pretty accurately. The second color was Periwinkle, which is kind of like a powdered blue with darker blue in it, navy. We have Red Schoolhouse. This one's just very subtle variegation. It is not that dark. I mean, it's not that bright. It's a little bit darker than that. But that's a nice red. Camel, which is a tan and brown color. And then I hear a bunch of noise. I don't know what that is. And then Charcoal Blue. That's what this looks like. This is one of my favorite ones too, you guys. So Charcoal Blue was dyed in 2 different dye batches, and so some of them are going to be darker than others. I always put that my floss is not color fast because everybody has different water. Your water might be harder than mine, so I just recommend giving them a good rinse before you use them. So that is it for that. Now we're going to get into the Flosstube. Oh, September. September got away from me, especially the last week. I didn't do a whole lot of stuff. I have some haul and I have some whips to show you guys. So, I have 2 new stars. We'll just start with that and go. So the first new start is the Praiseworthy Stitches Say Boo scissor fob that Amy sent me. At this point, it's not focusing. You should have seen the video for this. If not, I have a haul coming up where I unbox these items, and I did start it, and that's how far I've gotten. Right now I'm filling in the white on the Ghost. There is a border that goes around, but I didn't start with the border because the border is pretty confetti, so I wanted to get all of the block stitching done first. There's quite a bit of white. I was surprised how much white there is because I didn't notice that on the bottom of the Ghost there's even more white. So there's that Ghost stitching. I'm probably gonna do half the Ghost and then stop and then do the cat and the pumpkin, just so that I know where the other white on this side starts. Actually, no, it's on this side because it starts here, but I don't want to mess up because it's such a small piece of well, it's a small chart to begin with, and you can tell I totally didn't start it in the center either. It's just a small chart to begin with, and so I feel like a mistake is going to be more pronounced. And so I've just been keeping everything in this little tiny box, and typically these are the directions. I just fold them up and put them in here too, and leave it on my desk. And it makes a cute decoration because it's orange and it's just cute and tiny. So the next new start I had, I don't know about this. I just wasn't feeling it. So on October 1st, Kansas City Ground Colorado World was going to start this Dracula pattern from Lindy Stitches. Is it focusing? I don't know. Hopefully it is. It's called Dracula's Confession. And I'm doing the vertical version because I don't like all the words on the bottom one. I mean, I just don't like the way they're set up. They're too big for me. So I'm doing the top version here, and I just wasn't feeling it. This is Picture This Plus Murky, and I feel like Stitch Me. This is Tiramisu, and I feel like it's a lighter version of that, and I have been wanting to use this for so long. I've put it in so many projects, and either the size wasn't right or I decided to use something else in the end. And so this is my start on it. The problem is that this is 14 count, and this is a small chart. This was actually stitched on 16 count, and it's only 6.5 by 8.5. And so I thought, well, I can do 14 count and it'll be a little bit bigger, and it's still like a normal size. So that's the start I got, and I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know if it's because I just didn't want to stitch yesterday, or if it's because I'm not happy with the fabric. Also, I noticed that when these charts call for fancy floss, mine never look the way they're supposed to look on here. Like, I don't know, see if I can show you guys. Can you guys see how variegated that is? Like, you can clearly tell there's like, it's like a golden fall color into like a maroon. I don't have any of that golden fall color in here. Like, you can see that there's some variegation, but it's so small that it's like impossible to see. So I don't know what the heck. And this is Weeks Chris's Bonbon, and I know it's just something with Fancy Floss that does that, but it's still kind of frustrating. So I didn't get very far. I think I counted only 39 stitches. I don't know. I'm just really frustrated with it. I'm gonna leave it for now and just see how it turns out. I don't know. We'll see. So those are my two new, no, I lied. I also have another new start. So this is another tiny start because I just wanted to get going on it. Amy and I are gonna stitch this Shannon Christine design. This is called Trick or Treat Sampler, and you can get it at Shannon Christine Designs. I don't know if it's ShannonChristine.com or Shannon Christine Designs, but if you Google it, it is there. So we're gonna stitch this, and I decided to go ahead and start it because she's a monogamous stitcher. So I know that when she starts this, it's done. Like, she's gonna sew past me. So I'm stitching this on 14 count. Stitch Me, and there's no color. This is the same one that I started the Ursula pattern on because it's like a fat quarter, so I had enough. And that is my start. I started up here, and this is the right there. That's the edge that I have right there, and that's it. I put one strand of DMC. But I just wanted to make sure that I had a start. I have everything kitted up in here and stuff, so that way I had something to do. So 3 new starts. What the heck is wrong with me? Sounds like the cat. Oh, I think it's my husband opening some donuts. Whips. Actual whips that you guys have seen before. I'm trying to catch up on my temperature tree. When I do sit down and do this, it moves along very, very quickly. Mine might not look like this, but like, that's the whole idea, right? So this is from Stitch and Mommy on Etsy, and January is about done. I'm missing 2 leaves in January because I don't have that color. I might now at this point, but I haven't made it a point to look for it. And February's branch is done, and I started, is February's branch done? Yeah, February's branch is done, and then I was coming up here to start on March when I stopped. And so I think I might do March and then come back and do the leaves, but I would really like to finish this year. It moves very quickly. If I can just like monogamously stitch it for a couple of days, I think I can catch up quite easily. So there's that. I also worked on, I was gonna take it out and show you. I don't think I took a picture of it this time, but I'm working on the Linen Threads Mystery, and right now I'm doing part 5. It's important to know that this huge flower is part 4, and I skipped part 4 because I have all of this done and this motif here, and something went wrong in this one where my stitches are off, and so I haven't put this motif in or this motif and then this, because I can't figure out where I went wrong at. Down in here, I thought I found where I messed up. I took it all out, frogged it, redid it, and there's still something wrong. So I just decided to come back up to the top, and I'm gonna start coming back down again until here, until right here, and then hopefully it'll be good to start this piece, and this piece won't intervene with this. So I'm not sure. I mean, there's plenty of room to move it over, which is kind of why I want to start this piece here, so I can see how much I have here, so I can count my stitches to make sure that if I need to scoot a row over, I can do that. So I got, this is something else that I would like to have done by the end of the year, and again, if I can just stitch on it monogamously for like a week, I could probably catch up. But my problem is I get bored and I want to stitch other things. So I came back up to the top and put a couple of strands in right here. So far this butterfly is also supposed to be 1 row this way, and so somebody sent me something. Let's see what it is. I don't know. I feel like with all the motifs that come in between here with all of the initials, I feel like there's enough room to play. Well, not play, but I feel like there's enough room to put the stitches in without like having to fudge anything, because there's a lot of wiggle room, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why it was so hard for me to figure out. So I've got about 1/4 of that motif done right there. So there is that, and it's not a hard pattern at all. It's actually a lot of fun to stitch, and I'm stitching, I'm not even telling you guys anything. This is 28 count even weave from Hobby Lobby, and I'm stitching it in these artiste threads from Hobby Lobby. These are satin threads, variegated, and they're gorgeous. I think they're like $2. No, they're $1. Sound Floss. And then my temperature tree is stitched on 28 count light blue even weave from Hobby Lobby as well. So there's that. And then my last project is the chopping mall. I started filling this in, and that was all I did on this, was fill in this guy here, the thing, and I'm still missing a strand here of gray, but that's, yeah, this is stitched on 16 count shale from Picture This Plus. So yeah, haven't gone further. I also want all 3 of those that I just showed, the last 3. I need those done before the beginning of the year, because these are like 2020 pieces, and so I'd like them finished, especially the temperature tree and the chopping mall. Those I'm gonna try to make like my priority pieces and get them done. I always say that and then it never happens. Okay. Also, Super Mario World Map, I took it out. I haven't started on it yet, but this is where I was last time. It's been a long time. Started on the blue and I started here. So the thing about this, if I would have smart, I would have found a piece of blue Ada to stitch this on. Let me see. I don't think, yeah, I don't have a piece of, I mean, I don't have a copy of what the whole thing looks like, but look at this page here. I'm honestly thinking that I have enough to start over. I mean, that I don't have enough done, that it wouldn't be a big deal to start over, because I have this, and then I just started on the one island here, because I was getting super frustrated with doing the blue. So honestly, I think that's what I might do, is I might just cut that part off and leave this piece of Ada. I put it on this scroll frame thinking that I would do it, but now that I'm looking at all of this blue, that's gonna take me ages to stitch, and I think I'll do, gosh, I just don't know, because see, the pattern, is it the same blue? Yeah, because all the water comes down, and so I wouldn't be able to stitch like this water and then leave the background water, because they would be 2 different shades of blue, because this says DMC 995, I think, and finding a piece of Ada that's the same color is not going to happen. So I'm not sure, like, I'm really torn about whether I should just start over or stitch all the blue, because this is like a lifetime piece. It really is. I don't know. I'm really torn. What do you guys think? Honestly, I don't know. I think this might keep it. So this is like one of the first counted cross stitch pieces, and my X's look horrendous. And this was also when I didn't know that they needed to go the same way. Like, my legs needed to be facing the same way every time. And so they're all just like cattywampus. I have something somewhere here. And so I would start them like wherever my previous stitch ended. And so they're all like all over the place. I don't know. I just really don't know. So, I'm going to be making a cover for this too. Not only some gram guards, but also a cover for the whole piece. Because I get a lot of hair, and that piece is white. And so if I don't end up changing the fabric, well, either way, I'm going to make a whole like cover that covers the entire frame, so that it doesn't get full of dog hair or dust or anything. And then I'm also saving the strip of vinyl that it came in, This is the piece of 18 count Artiste. You can get from Hobby Lobby, the ones that hang off of the, like, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I completely skipped over. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this glare. My hair, I put it up because it got really hot. I completely skipped over my finishes. So I'm gonna add this in somewhere for my finishes. My hair, I don't know what's going on. It got really hot. I was doing some stuff and it is what it is. So what did I do? Oh, I finished the Gossip Stitch Along with Amy. We're gonna move on to the Shannon Christine Designs one, and then we're also gonna start Hate together. But this was from Spruce X Stitch. You can find her on Instagram, you can find her on Etsy, and a website as well. So it says, I never repeat gossip, so listen carefully. So the thing that I did different was I did not stitch this black line on the bottom and the black line at the top because I felt like it just didn't need to be there. So here it is. This is the sneak peek of Atlantis, which is going to be one of the flosses in the October floss of the month for Mystical Diamond Art. And then I stitched the words above in a gray. So if you look closely, you can see that the word gossip and the letter P is different than the rest of the letters, and that's because these were stitched in a silk floss that I ordered off of AliExpress. I wanted to test a bunch of silk floss because, and I've talked about this before, if you guys have never used like the DMC satin or the Artiste satin from Hobby Lobby, it's amazing. And to me, that feels more like a silk floss should feel like. So I'm trying to find more because neither one of those companies offers like a good color selection. And so I was trying to find something that was going to be equivalent to that I could order solid colors out of, because the Artiste ones are all variegated and the DMC ones are just hard to find unless you order them online. And so this was one of them, and the G was coming out just fine, and then you can tell later, oh my word, look at how horrible the P is. I got so freaking fed up with it. I ordered it in Hanks, and I had about 10 colors. I threw them all a fucking way, all of them, because I was so freaking disgusted with how they were stitching. They were from 2 different companies, but I had a feeling that they were going to be kind of hard to do because when I was taking them apart, the ends were just like fraying. Have you ever taken apart polyfill or like a cotton ball? That's what the ends were like, and I was so freaking frustrated with it. It was a hot freaking mess, let me tell you, just horrible. So I threw them all away. I didn't waste that much money. I think total I probably spent maybe 30 bucks, but still, it's still frustrating. I knew that I wouldn't ever stitch with them, and they were just taking up space on my shelf because they were all Hank, so they were quite large. So I just swapped it out with the closest DMC that I had in my stash, which happened to be this gray, which is slightly lighter, but I think it works. I like it. I think it looks quite nice. So there's that. That's a finish. And then I also finished, so I'm part of Michelle Bendy's YouTube channel. Last month-ish, or was it August? I think it was in August. She released a small freebie because she was going to release it as a chart, and only if you're a paid member of her YouTube and her Patreon, you could get the chart first. And so she released that. She had a contest to see who could stitch up, like you would stitch up your model and then submit it to her, and then her daughter and her husband were going to pick their favorite ones. Well, mostly her daughter was going to pick their favorite one, and that was the one that she's going to use as her cover model. I didn't finish mine because I got the day mixed up. I thought that it was due on September 1st, and it was due before September 1st. They were going to choose on September 1st. And so I was like, ugh, forget it, I don't need to finish stitching this, and I just put it off. But I stitched two. So the first one I was doing was this one. This one I stitched in its entirety. I gotta put it in front of my face because it keeps going in and out of focus. Stitched in its entirety. And I don't know what I was thinking. This color here, I think it was called Autumn Leaves from, I can't remember, to be honest. It was either a Weeks or a Classic. No, I don't think it was. I think it was a Weeks. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been in Classic Colorworks. If I would have been thinking, right, this section of the fabric's lighter, I should have moved it down here because of how light this is, and this would have showed up a little bit better because the fabric's darker here. But it's like a variegated light gray and purple. Look how cute it is, though. You can definitely see it when you look at it up close versus from further away. And then this is another variegated gray. I don't know what color. I just kind of randomly chose what I had in my stash. And then the ghosts are DMC Etoile in the white, or the Blanc, I think is what they call it. Then I decided to do a second one because I wasn't happy with the way the house was turning out. And I did a second one using, so one of Michelle's other patterns calls for this floss already, and I had it, and I thought, you know what, that is going to make a great haunted house. I wanted something with less colors because her pattern calls for one color. And in this one, I did 3. And in this one, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something that I can do the whole thing in and do the, well, this is, I only did one ghost, supposed to be another ghost and a moon here, but I left them out because I want to turn these into ornaments for my Halloween tree, and I figured they should look different. So Hildy's Brew also calls for this same skein of DMC, and it is Threadworks 01039. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what it looks like, and it is like this brown and gray and maroon type of very fall color, and that's what it looks like. Isn't it cute? I freaking love it too. It came out really nice. There's cat hair on it. There's cat hair on everything in my house. And then just the one ghost, and same DMC Etoile for that one as well. But I love it. Super cute. Okay, those are my finishes, you guys. Okay, so stash. Or haul, whatever. I got my nest egg for August, finally. And I get the Classic Colorworks nest egg. I don't think she's taking any new customers right now because they're so behind, her and Victoria Motto. They're all is like dust, very, very behind on their orders, and so I don't think she's taking anybody. You can try, I don't know, but this is from 3 Owl Threads, and so I get the Classic Colorworks monthly lot of 10 skeins, and they come in alphabetical order. So we've got Bean Sprout, Crab Cakes, it's having trouble focusing because it keeps wanting to focus on my face, Country Lane, Dublin Bay, Colonial Rose, 4-leaf clover, Dulce de Leche. It's a really light, like peachy color. Desert Mesquite. I like this. Fleur de Lilac. Whoa! It almost got in my coffee. And then I thought it got in there again. I should probably move that. Erin Go Emerald. That one's nice. This one's really nice. It's darker than it's showing up on camera, but that's really nice. This is a good color. Okay. So that was my nest egg. I'm still working on like displaying these. Not displaying them, but putting them away. That's something else that I've been spending a lot of time doing that I haven't had time to stitch as much, is organizing my DMC. It's a hot mess. Very hot mess. It's okay. So I did spill a little bit of coffee with that one. I got a couple of Cricut collection patterns. These took forever to ship. I ordered them about a month and a half ago. And I got them in last week. So I picked up Open House from the Cricut collection. I got the Master and the Macabre from Cricut. This is like an Edgar Allan Poe, like a play on Edgar Allan Poe. And Michelle Bandy is actually stitching this too. She hasn't shown it in, I would say, like a couple weeks, but she's stitching that one too, and I just knew I had to have it. I also picked up Autumn Lane Stitchery's new pattern called Lunar Witch, and I will be stitching this with some kind of variegated something or another because that's pretty heavy blocks of color. So some Etsy purchases. I found this, I don't even know how it came up, but I found it from Untwisted Stitches. And the thing about a lot of the Etsy patterns on there is they don't come with a good cover page. So when you print the pattern out, you have to write on the page who it's by. And I'm just saying, if any of you, I have like a piece of hair or something. If you have an Etsy shop that sells patterns, I highly recommend creating a great cover page like this or even this, because we don't know where the pattern came from. So Untwisted Stitches, it's a gorgeous pattern, but I had to write right here, and it is a Halloween village. It is so stinking freaking cute. Look at it. Then Barbie Pedal Pusher. I don't follow her on Etsy, and so I'm not sure like how this came up, but it did, and I'm glad it did because it's so cute. It's called Day of the Dead pattern. Isn't that cute? The skeletons. Oh my gosh. Well, they're not skeletons, their faces are painted, but I love the little Mexican flags. When I was a kid in elementary school, I live in southern New Mexico, which is really close to the Mexican border. We always had these hanging up in our classroom. It's so funny. The last part of the Clouds Factory Halloween Parade came out, and it's this bottom one, and this is what the whole pattern looks like. So I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. The way that it came out, and it's really cute. I can't wait to stitch it. I really want to stitch it. I'm not sure. I feel like I want to do them in a row versus a hanging thing like this. I think it would look much cuter in a row instead. So there's that. And then the second release of the Autumn Lane Stitchery Dark Queen of the Seas SAL came out, and I am not going to even start this until the whole pattern's released because I don't know how I feel about it. And the thing that sucks about these stitch alongs is it's not like I can sell it because it's a digital file, so I can't, I'm not in my rights to destash it and get rid of it. But I'm not liking the way that it's turning out. So it's got these really giant fish, and then they released part of the torso, which is pink and purple. I just don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's gonna probably be some, well, obviously it's gonna be a dark queen, but I guess it's just some like random, I keep thinking like Ursula, and I don't think that's what it's gonna be as well. But I think part of what's drawing me away is that you already know what it looks like, essentially. You just don't know the color combination of what it's going to be. And so, I don't know, but I have to say, with the colors and stuff, I'm just not digging it, to be quite honest. So, I'm not going to start that till the whole thing is released. And once the whole thing is released, if I decide that I like it, then I'll start it. If not, it's just not going to be started. So I got a couple of freebies as well. This one is Teresa Kogut has a freebie on her website called Cat Over the Willow. It's so cute. looks like this. And then the bottom has some houses. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's really cute. So that was fun. I'm not stitching this either. This background, her definition is enough that I can read the pattern without stitching that background, because that ain't happening. This. So it's dusty. This I found on Instagram. Rachel Ray posted, or she shared something of theirs, a more recent post. So when I was going back through their posts, I saw this, went to their website and realized it was a freebie. You have to translate it unless you can read Russian. I had a really hard time navigating the website as it was. This was a freebie though, I'm absolutely certain of it. But you can go on there and download the PDFs to this fall clock. I don't know what it's called. That's what it looks like. If you read Russian or are familiar, that's what it looks like. And it is, no idea how big it is. But it was stitched on 32 count. I'm assuming 2 strands of thread, and it comes to 17.5 by 32.5 centimeters, whatever that equals in inches. But I absolutely love the color combination of this, and it's charted in, I think it's on this next page, DMC. So that's beautiful. Absolutely love that. And I think, I don't know what time I'm going to put on the clock, because you can change the time. I don't know, I'm going to do something on there. And I don't think I'm going to do whatever this situation is here in the middle. I'll probably do the background, because it kind of looks like flakes of snow almost here. But I'm probably not going to do this, because it doesn't look right to me. I gotta close these on my computer. Okay. Stitch me. Friday night, Friday night. I got a piece of 32 count Lugana in autumn. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. I wanted more. You guys, those pieces went so freaking fast. It was like 5 minutes. I got there immediately. I was there in like 1 minute. I was there right at 8, and by 8:01, more than half the items were already commented on. I literally could only grab that piece, because by the time I could look through everything was done. I checked at 8:05 my time, and everything was gone. My time she releases everything at 8. Everything was gone. Those are getting harder and harder to get. When I first started getting Stitch Me fabrics months ago, they weren't that hard to get. I mean, everything sold, but not as quickly. Now it's like, so stash and load. Amy and I were doing a gift exchange, and we said no more purchasing off of stash and load, which is fine. But I purchased these before. They just took a while to ship, and I still have some stuff coming. Something got here today. I don't know what, but I got a notification on my phone that something was delivered. And these were purchased before that. So I got this South American Angel. Isn't she pretty? She's freaking gorgeous. I love her. There's also more. So there's a Japanese angel. There is a Russian, does it say Nordic? Yeah, Nordic, and then this one. So I would love the Japanese angel as well. So when I was in elementary school, we actually had a dance group that wore these dresses. It's called, I have the hardest time saying this word, but it's the ballet folklorico. That's what they wear. And they dance, and they're traditional dresses. So next, off the stash and load, I got this. It's called Names of the 7 menopausal dwarfs. And I thought it was so funny. Itchy, bitchy, sleepy, sweaty, bloaty, forgetful, and psycho. Yep. I'm not going to do those colors. I might even take the flower out and do something else, but I'm going to definitely stitch this in something fun. It's so cute. It is by Suhilis Designs. I can't quite tell because it's written in a crazy script. It's cute. And then from that same seller, I also picked up Black Cat's Halloween from Waxing Moon Designs. That's fun, right? Actually, I liked it more when I saw it on Stash and Load than I do now in person. So I feel like I'm gonna have to destash things. And that's the receipt for that. And then I have this last package. So I ordered a lot of stuff from this place. First, let's see if I can open this without showing you guys so that it's not a... So I ordered a bunch of these. 2 of them were out of stock when they finally shipped my order, but I got a shipping confirmation a couple of days ago that they're sending the other 2 out, that they came, so I should be getting the other 2 shortly. Julie, Kansas City girl in Colorado World, is stitching these all in one piece, and I absolutely loved that idea, and I'm going to do the same. So I picked up a bunch of the Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Halloween. Well, it's autumn series, and I'm going to do them all in one piece, and they all have glow-in-the-dark thread. Okay, that one doesn't have glow-in-the-dark thread, but all the rest of them do. So the pieces that I got is Haunted Library. I love that so much. Haunted Hotel. Opera House. Ghost Town. Boo House. Oh, does this come with an extra ornament? Looks like it might. God, there's a ton of beads in there. Oh, there's a button. I don't even know how much these are, you guys. Haunted Laboratory. And then I got Haunted Mansion. So I have 2 more coming to complete this set. I'm not 100% sure which ones they are, but there's something. Okay, so hopefully those don't fall. And then I purchased this giant piece of fabric to start my shadowing. This is a piece of 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana. And I purchased the whole entire yard because that's the only way to do it. And I'm not 100% sure the dimensions because it's folded in half. Let me tell you something. Yeah, this is half. So it's 36 by 56. So it's 1 yard by 56, which is, from my understanding, that's how they do their 1 yard cuts. So 36 by 56. So I need 20 by 20 for my piece, and so I'm gonna have, let me see, even if I did 5-inch borders, 20, 30, Yeah, I'm not gonna have like, there's so much dust. It's like cat hair. Too much left over. But I'm gonna have some left over. But that's how big the piece is gonna be. Well, my borders are gonna be quite big, but to do the piece, I needed a 20 by 20 piece, just stitching area. So that's gonna be quite large. Oh, this is for my medieval town mandala. So all that's left is to order my NPI. I have not ordered my NPI for this at all, because I just haven't. So I honestly think that I'm gonna do this in the new year so that I have time to finish some of my other stuff, and I already have a scroll frame for it. I just hope it's big enough. We'll see. But this is like a light gray as well, in case you're wondering. I can't quite, there we go. I was gonna do it on like a hand-dyed piece, but if I would have done that, like I probably would have had to pay like $100 just for the fabric, and I didn't want to do that either. But like that would have been too much. And when you do a chatelaine, when you're reading the directions, she's highly against hand-dyed fabric on her pieces. She talks about it in the chart, and I felt like she was almost negative about it. But she does not like her pieces stitched on hand-dyed fabric. She passed away, by the way, in case you didn't know, but yeah, she just highly recommends not stitching on hand-dyed fabric. And I really wanted to do like this color with maybe a darker gray, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it on just gray instead. I feel like the gray is good because it's medieval, and so I felt like I didn't want something like white. I feel like that'd be too bright, and I hate ivory. I don't like that color. So I thought a gray would be good because it's medieval town. So I felt like this would be kind of like stormy night or whatever. So there is that. I'm gonna leave this in here. So I've been collecting the pieces for this chatelaine for months now. And obviously the first thing I did was get the chart, and then I bought, I actually had to buy that chart twice because I bought it, the paper copy, because I wasn't as educated on how chatelaines worked, and then I had to buy the digital copy right after that. So there's that. I got the chart first, and then I ordered the bead and floss pack from European Cross Stitch, but I did not order the NPI silks because she has a DMC conversion for the NPI silks. But again, she's also highly against converting it to DMC, stating that there's just some colors that you just cannot substitute. She gives you a DMC number anyway, but she makes it very clear that you cannot be disappointed if you don't get the same effect because you're not using the same floss. So I think in the new year, I'm just going to order the NPI, probably from Little Thread Shop, and start on a chatelaine. Okay, you guys, that is it. I have to go get my son up because we need to leave. He's getting his braces off today. I'm pretty sure I said that already. And hopefully this is not an hour because there's no way I can do a Flosstube in 10 minutes. I'm sorry. Alright, I'll talk to you later.